Welcome back, guys. This is Rocky from Fusion Aussie here. So one of my previous videos was doing an installation on the electronic speed control, the EVC unit, which is directly just here that you guys can see at the moment. It's set on U3. So basically on the installation video I had a subscriber contact me saying, Rocky, can you please do a follow-up video on the performance? That's what we're here for today, guys. So at the moment it's in U3, as you guys can see. So for me, and I'll be honest with you guys, today, this morning, being Easter, I went up to Toowoomba, the back streets there, heading out towards Warwick and going up the mountains. And normally throughout the highway travels, I don't even have the speed controller on. I have it off. Basically, all you do is just the right button, just keep pushing it. Sorry, the left button. You just keep pushing it until you get two little lines and done. So automatically, I felt the car just drop down in power. Now, we're not actually talking about horsepower or anything. It's just throttle response, so as if I backed off on the throttle. So everybody knows on a diesel vehicle with a turbo, you get a lot of lag unless the car is actually modified or tuned. The electronic speed control is fantastic. There's a lot of gimmicks out there that, oh yeah, you can do this to your car, you can do this to your four-wheel drive, diesel engines, petrol engines, yep, no worries, it's all great, but they're absolutely crap. This is something I don't normally do, and once I've installed it, I had to do a video on it. A friend of mine had it. Now, I've went to Bribie Island on a video, as you guys can see, with a mate of mine, Benny. So Benny owned a Ford Ranger. Now, the electronic speed control wasn't in at the time, and yeah, these 2018 Holden Colorados are pretty punchy, but with this electronic speed control, it's very responsive, very, very good. A lot of people said, have you got it modified? No, it's just a plug and play speed controller, makes a big difference. You've really got to drive the vehicle to know the difference, but we're here today, we're going to do an honest review on it, and let's go from there. Alright, so at the moment, we're going to come up to a straight, and I'll give it a bit of a hit, and you can see the rev and the speedo go. We're only going to do the speed limit around here, around this corner is 100 kilometers, so we're only going to do that, and we'll go from there, and then we'll do another run with the electronic speed controller on, say 3, and then one at 9, U9. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an increase of performance. So we'll just let a couple of these cars go through. So the turbo lag on every diesel car will affect you, and the way you know is when you're at an intersection and you want to take off very, very quickly, you just feel the lag, and then all of a sudden once you put your foot down, it sort of grabs and goes. With the electronic speed control, it's instant, and the majority of the time, if you put your foot right down, you will lose some traction and spin your tires. Alright, so we're coming up to 100 kilometers. Now, the other thing I have noticed is when you're traveling, the electronic speed control doesn't really take effect a lot when you're already doing 80 to 100 kilometers and you want to overtake a car. It doesn't really work because you're already, your rev tacho is already high up around about the 2000 RPM on your dash. So I'm just gonna stop just up around this corner, and we'll do a stop and go and see what happens. Alright, no cars behind me. Okay, we're at a stop, and here we go. So I could already see the turbo lag when it took off to about 1500 RPM. You can really tell that there was a lot of lag. Alright, so now we're going to change the speed to U, and we're going to go to just a 3. I'm just going to pull over just here for a sec because I've got a car behind me. That's it. Just going to go on the road. Already I can feel the throttle response, just touching it to sort of settle down a bit. Just going to stop here. Now you watch between 1 to 1.5 to 2, it's instant. All right guys, here we go. Still a fair bit of lag, maybe half of the lag is still there. But if we did a 0 to 100 on a time, you will see a small difference there. So let's now go to U9 and see if it makes a massive difference. Now we're still in the 100 kilometer zone, so we can still do this. I've got no cars behind me. Let's have a look. Stand still and go. Yeah, so I had a little wheel spin, just a little bit. It's holding its rev up. There we go, we're at 100. All right. The electronic speed control has different response feelings, so doing that on throttle at a standstill, taking off, or even let's just slow down to about 40. Let's bring it back down to a U3. Let's do 40 Ks. Okay, so we're at 40. We're at 40. Now let's just go. Yeah, difference already. So let's go down to off. Let's do 40 at off. There's no cars behind me. We're on the back streets here, so it's totally fine. All right, so we're doing 40. Let's go. Yeah, big lag. You can see, you can feel the lag, definitely. Yeah. All right, now we're in an 80K zone, so we're going to go to now U9 and feel the response at 40 kilometers. No cars behind me. Okay, here we are at 40. Let's go. Yes, very responsive, very, very good. So, what I also noticed going up some hills at the backs there of near Warwick this morning, when you've got a steep incline, having no throttle feels like you've got to put your peg or your throttle foot pedal down at least 2.5 inches to get some sort of movement that's efficient enough to climb a hill. With the electronic speed control on 3, I had it on this morning, it was totally fine, and I must admit I actually changed it for that reason. You can drive around with them on all the time. You will go through more fuel because your response is a lot quicker, which basically your rev is revving up a lot quicker and a lot harder. When you're driving normal, your normal efficiency on fuel economy will take place. Obviously, as I said, when you're giving your throttle more, it's like revving it all the time. So there you have it, guys. I hope that gives you some idea of how the electronic speed control works around your local area and climbing hills. We will go to another Bribie Island visit, and we will do a electronic speed control test there, going through sand. Hopefully it will be very, very good. All right guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Guys, once again, thank you so much. Have a safe Easter and stay safe on the roads. Thank you.